A dark cloud looms over the relationship between Russia and Europe, and one name is at the center of this story: Zelensky. An explosion in one of the most strategic pipelines, transporting Russian gas to Europe, has abruptly cut off the energy supply. The whole world is watching in shock. But the question on everyone's mind is, why would Zelensky do this? What motive lies behind this shocking event? And perhaps more importantly, what does this mean for the future of Europe, Russia, and the rest of the world? Stay tuned, because what we uncover here could drastically change the future of the world as we know it. The news of the explosion hit like a bomb. This pipeline wasn't just a conduit for gas. It was a critical lifeline for Europe, especially during times of political tension and energy crises. The moment the explosion occurred, all eyes around the globe turned to the incident. Energy prices skyrocketed, stock markets reacted nervously, and governments held emergency meetings. Within hours, one name began to circulate: Zelensky. But why? Why would he commit such a drastic act? Was this a personal feud, a geopolitical move, or perhaps something far more sinister? The question on everyone's mind is, what could Zelensky's motive be behind this seemingly reckless act? And more importantly, what are the consequences for the rest of the world? To understand why Zelensky would take such an action, we need to dig deeper into the history of his relationship with Russia. This isn't just a major conflict. It's the result of years of tension, power struggles, and geopolitical maneuvering. But what drove the tensions so high that sabotage seemed like the only option? Let's go back in time. The tension between Russia and its neighboring countries, where Zelensky is an influential figure, has been escalating for years. There were signs of escalation: military exercises at the borders, diplomatic incidents, economic sanctions. Zelensky has previously spoken out fiercely against Russian influence in his country, and he has done everything to protect his people from Russian dominance. But why would Zelensky now resort to sabotage? What would he hope to achieve with it? Some speculate that he wanted to disrupt the energy supply to economically harm Russia. Others believe that he simply wanted to send a message, a defiant act against what he sees as Russian aggression. But is that the whole story? The blown-up pipeline is more than just a piece of technical infrastructure. It's a geopolitical pawn. The pipeline not only supplied Europe with energy but was also an important instrument in Russia's power politics. Control over energy flows gave Russia influence over Europe, and this makes the sabotage even more explosive. But why now? Why this pipeline? Some suggest that Zelensky had access to information that escapes us all. Perhaps he saw an impending threat, an event that the rest of the world overlooked. Or was this a strategic move to put Russia in a weak position on the world stage? The timing raises more questions than answers. We must also remember that this pipeline affects not only Russia and Europe but also the global energy market. The uncertainty over future gas supplies has already led to rising prices and concerns about energy security, especially with winter approaching. The explosion has far-reaching consequences that impact not only Russia and Europe but the entire world. Energy prices have surged, creating a domino effect on economies worldwide. But that's just the beginning of the troubles. Governments around the world are now watching the situation with fear. What if this incident is not an isolated case? What if this is just the first move in a much larger game? World peace seems more fragile than ever. World leaders are holding emergency meetings, frantically trying to assess the situation and develop contingency plans to deal with the potential chaos. But what's happening behind closed doors? What secrets are being discussed there? And what impact will that have on the world? There are concerns about a possible escalation. Could this act of sabotage lead to a military conflict? How will the major world powers react, and what are the risks of further escalation? These questions hang like a dark cloud over international politics. The pipeline itself may be destroyed, but the consequences of that destruction could last for years and may be beyond anyone's imagination. It's tempting to get caught up in speculation and conspiracy theories. But the harsh truth is that we're still in the dark about Zelensky's true motives. Does he have access to information that the rest of the world doesn't? Or does he have a personal motive that's still unknown to us? Whatever it is, it seems that Zelensky is trying to tell us something with this crime. But what? There are clues, pieces of the puzzle that don't seem to fit yet. Intelligence agencies from various countries are doing their utmost to uncover the truth, but it seems as though Zelensky is always one step ahead. What does he know that we don't? And how long can he keep that knowledge to himself? Will the truth ever come to light? Or will this incident remain forever hidden? The story of Zelensky and the blown-up pipeline is far from over. As the world waits for answers, the tension grows with each passing day. What will happen next? What new revelations are about to be uncovered? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of us all? One thing is certain: the world will never be the same. We stand on the brink of a new era, an era in which the actions of one man could determine the fate of millions. Stay tuned, because this story has only just begun. Whatever Zelensky's next move is, it's going to turn the world upside down. What is your opinion about this? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe and follow us for more.